Okay, y'all. Sadly, I'm here to darn going give some commentary on another transgender attack on a transgender youth. 10 months ago, I remember doing a story on, and I had to pull up the video to get the name right, but it's Christian. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and, because I remember I mispronounced it the last time. I think I might have mispronounced the mother's name, and she came in the comment section and told me how to phonetically pronounce her name. I'm a stickler for that. Let me see. Oh, yep. Shout out to Eurydice. Her name is of Greek origin. Y'all know people always fuck up my damn name, so I try not to darn going, fuck up other people's name if I can help it. But yeah, Miss Eurydice gave me an update on what was going on with her transgender son, who was tragically attacked at the dorm room. Now, he is like 19, 20 years old, early transition. I think, Christian Rose still had his, female top anatomy that was going on and everything else. Early on in the transition, about like myself, honey, very early on. She had hers, and I wish she would have gave them to me, honey, to save me darn on $8,000. Cause, honey, bitch over here flatsy patsy with mine, honey. But anyways, now we got another person, and I did not catch the name. I put everything down below. It was Chad. She doesn't have an actual feminine name just yet. In the day and age where, names can be changed to be unisex, you can have a female name, Alex, or whatnot. She might try to change the name Chad up and, hell, look at darn gone Parker Campbell and darn gone Queen Sugar, honey. We thought Parker was going to be old white man, honey. Turned out to be old Miss Ernestine, bitch, from darn gone Underground. But, on a serious note, Chad, she is 13 years old. She goes to a school in Broderick County, which is located in Florida. So she's in the South of sorts. Y'all know I don't really like to claim Florida as South like that. Because y'all know I'm from North Carolina. I'm from the Bible Belt South, honey. Florida is a whole different breed. You got a lot of Latina mixture and stuff down there, which I guess in a way makes it just as bad because you got, people who became minority who was once part of the slave trade damn selves and darn gone got caught up and darn gone became a minority within the damn self and is now looked at a different way. But if they're fair enough, they get somewhat of a subjugated second class white status where they still practicing bigotry against black folks. But that's a whole different story, a whole nother day, honey. Yeah, but yeah, that's what they got going on down there in Florida. A whole bunch of overcrowding of reptiles, such as gators, lizards, and shit. And I ain't just talking about the ones that's darn gone crawling in the darn gone grass and then coming out the swamps and shit. I'm talking about them darn gone conservatives that go fuck up their election every time the darn gone polls are open down there, honey. But yeah, my prayers and real wishes go out to darn gone Chad. Because I'm seeing from the clip on Miss Tina Lawson's page, Beyonce's mother, and I will leave it down below. Due to the graphic nature of what's happening, I am not going to include it in, this video right here. But I will leave the link down below for y'all to look at. It's about 2 minutes and 13 seconds long. So if y'all want to go on ahead and pause this video right now to see everything and then the get more understanding of where my commentary is coming from, y'all can do so right now. Okay, for everybody who done seen it or already seen it, let's go ahead with the commentary. So I noticed that there was still some misgendering going on with the news, and I was like, now this that darn shady shit that I'm talking about. Now y'all said in the article. See, I peep game. Because y'all referenced her as a trans, and I'm assuming she's also labeled transgender. She's a trans female. And last time I checked, gender non-conforming. I could be wrong. I don't know, because gender non-conforming is a whole new concept to me, and I'm starting to become acquainted with people who are gender non-conforming. So to my gender non-conforming folks who watch me, does that fall under the transgender umbrella? Because I could have sworn that gender non-conforming is supposed to be in a whole category on its own. But yeah, they I think they was being shady and still referencing, you know, they called her they and them, and I was like, why is they keep referring to her as they and them? Y'all said the girl is trans, and y'all made a point to say she's a trans girl. Why is y'all not using the female pronouns? Why is you using they and them? And it seems like that was the politically correct version of them trying to say, oh, that thing, honey. Now, and you know, it was white reporters. Y'all couldn't have found one darn going sister to report the shit. And see, this highlights a whole nother problem when it comes to it's not enough of us in the darn gone commentary seat when it comes to, like, they give us the weather. They, you know, they'll give us the legendary spots such as Al Roker and all of them, but they don't give us too many Robin Roberts, honey. It's a shame that we can count the Robin Roberts and shit of the world on one hand out of all these thousands of news anchors, honey. That's a problem within itself. And then Lord knows we can't even get into darn gone lack of LGBTQ representation within the darn gone media as well. Because it's like, honey, I'm sure there are plenty of darn gone trans folks and gay folks that also apply for meteorologist positions and, you know, news anchor positions. Not all of us is out there walking the whole stroll. And not all of us is aspiring to be OnlyFans creators and pole dancers. Not nothing wrong with that, honey. Some of my biggest inspirations came from that life and is doing the thing, damn thing, honey. Shout out to T.S. Madison, the big dick bitch, honey. Shout out to all the other girls who do the things of the things. But, you know, I'm sure there are some darn going inspiring news anchors and shit that are also of the trans experience that would have been better suited to give this type of commentary. Because like I said, I was confused of why they was referencing Chad as they and them as opposed to darn gone she. And then even the darn gone mother and auntie is darn gone referencing referencing the child as he. Now I don't think they have the same disdain. I don't think they have. I'm sensing, you know, they're not trying to come to terms with the child being trans and labeling her by the proper pronouns, by the way they saying he. But I don't get the same villainous, like, you know, that venomous intent like Angela Stanky. Like, I just got finished reading that motherfucker for fifth. So I don't think it's necessarily from that point of view. You know, it's different spectrums of bigotry. Some people are just blissfully unaware and just don't know how to conceptualize the thought of now referencing what you thought was your son as a daughter. You know, it's going against everything that you learned in life. And then let's not even get into the biblical program. And that's a whole hour-long topic within itself. I'm not going to go on here and, you know, go through that. But, you know, it pretty much, you have to reset your mind of way of thinking as a black mother from the South. So I wasn't necessarily mad at them, but I was disappointed. Or it's like, if the child considers themselves non-conforming, maybe, it's like, I can understand why they would be even more confused and would just say son. Because, you know, anatomically, you know, she presents, for what I've seen in the clip. But see, once again, that could be misperceived as well. Because it's like, once again, they could have just, because they don't never really show black people in any type of good light under any circumstances. So in the case of a black trans girl, honey, they damn sure probably didn't catch her in the make. And then it's like with the darn gone mom and auntie still referencing her as him. I guess they ain't allowing the child to really even buy no Maybelline or no lip gloss or anything like that. So, you know, she can't get a Zaya Wade on, honey. She can look to Zaya Wade as inspiration as a trans girl in her age bracket. But she can't exude femininity just yet until she get out the house. Because I'm seeing a whole nother thing. So the child is going through it on multiple fronts. And yeah, the child's feeling suicidal, but not just by way of the schoolhouse, but by way of what she dealing with at the home. That's what we ain't talking about as well. Because y'all feeling concerned about the child getting a behind whooped at the school, but it don't feel much better when she goes home and still having to be labeled as darn gone he and him by your own mama and darn gone auntie, honey. So it's like you got that little sense of caring that they care for your physical well-being, but at the same time, they don't really care for the essence of who you are. And that can be very darn gone emotionally draining on a young transgender youth. So hopefully, the mama and auntie gets it together on that. I definitely implore them to go seek out a psychologist that is experienced with transgenders. And so they can be thoroughly more educated on the matter and coming to terms with raising a young transgender daughter. I'm going to say daughter until they correct me, honey. I mean, until the actual child and the mother darn gonna give me context of whether the child is really darn going gender non-conforming or just gay. But they made it a point to say the child was trans. And there's a distinctive difference between the child being feminine gay and being trans. So it's like, if the child is labeled trans, I'm confused why neither party is using the word she or her. The news is using the word they and them, which is for gender non-conforming. And then the mama and the auntie is showing some case of denial by using the word son and nephew as opposed to daughter and niece. So the child is just going through it on multiple fronts. So in addition to, seeking out a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, because I don't think the child needs any medication or anything of that sort, honey. Hopefully just going through regular psychology will prevent, prevent from having the right antidepressants and all of that, of all that stuff. If so, then you might need to seek out a psychiatrist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The psychiatrist is the one that write the scripts, and the psychologist is the one that just studies the mind, right? But anyways, what else that I want to talk about in that point? Oh yeah, being from Broward County, honey, I've heard about Broward County, honey. Broward County, the hood of Florida. Honey, while y'all talking about transferring her to a different school, honey, you might get the same bullshit because y'all don't look like y'all in upper middle class where y'all can put her in private. And it's like, if you think it's going to be as easy as to put her in a different darn going school within the same county with the same fucked up group of people, because, honey, the schools all operate similar. So it's like you ain't going to do her nothing, but actually transferring to a different school might put her at a disadvantage, because the little bit of allies that she might have had at the darn on current school, she has to learn everybody all over again at the new school. The little bit of teachers and shit that she might have been able to console in, not the console, but the confine in and shit, she had to darn on, now she has to be completely alone. So y'all got to think about that as well. So I would not be too quick to darn go and snatch her out the school. I threaten the hell out the motherfucking principal. I darn gonna get to the root of the problem. I walk my ass up there and shit, and darn gonna we gonna have to have some deeper conversations and shit. But the last option I would think is to remove her from the school, because like I said, you need to learn if she got some allied teachers, some friends and stuff. And, maybe the friends wasn't around that come to her aid. The friends might be in different periods, might be in different grades or whatnot. And, they wasn't there on the scene. That's what we need to figure out first. And if she does not have that type of support system in the schoolhouse, then it's like, okay, if she don't have nobody there, then we can talk about, transferring her on over to a different school. But in addition to that, while you have people offering scholarships that darn gonna help with the transfer to school, honey, y'all need to also have her enroll in some martial arts classes, because, honey, that's what Diva Wan did. Even when I waited till I was grown to come out, I was 18, senior year, before I came fully out. But, honey, some people already knew, and they tried Diva. But see, this the thing. Diva Wine been fighting since I was 8 years old. So by the time Diva Wine was 14, honey, I got to the point where I was kicking 8 dudes' ass at the same time, honey. I always told them, don't let this high-pitched voice fool you. And I know it don't sound like that no more, honey. I sound like darn on Anime Jenkins, honey. Oh, they call me Nut Bush. A Nut Bush, see that? You know, this darn on voice done got a little bit deep and raspy now. But back when I used to sound very high-pitched, very much when I was I could have been soprano, lyric Cotoro soprano. Honey, I could hit a darn on C7 sharp like nobody's business back when I was 13, 14. Honey, I can't get them notes no more, honey. On my best day, honey, you might get a C6 sharp, but that's about it, honey. Diva Wine can't access them coloratura notes no more. And definitely not in the light lyric manner that I used to be able to give, honey. Child, I was darn gone Disney star quality, honey. But without darn gone proper finances and proper training, honey, my voice went from sugar. I wouldn't necessarily say shit, honey. It's still some seasoning to this voice. But it went from sugar to salt real quick. But yeah, speaking of sugar to salt, honey, your darn gone daughter, honey, as soon as they detect any type of sweetness within her, any type of brown sugar to honey, any type of, once they detect this with you, once they don't sense that she's the afro-toxic muscular, because once again, even if you darn on straight, if you're a little bit too metro, honey, they'll pick on you for that as well. So straight boys who are on the feminine side of the spectrum can get it too with this darn on era of, oh, you got to be borderline toxic masculine to be deemed a black male in the darn on black community. So it's a multitude of issues going on here. From the way that the mother and the auntie is addressing the daughter / niece, to the news people referencing, you know, Chad as, you know, they and them, which are gender non-conforming terms as opposed to trans woman / trans girl terms, to the schoolhouse, like, what is they doing in this case? Talking about launching an investigation and shit, when it's like, well, wait a minute, like, we in 2021. Why don't we have the HD cameras in the school at this point, at this particular school? I know it's Broward County, but honey, I'm in Cumberland County, in motherfucking darn gone poor ass North Carolina, and even over at E.E. Smith, they got HD cameras. So I'm trying to figure out why in the hell y'all got this old outdated black and white grainy footage where y'all got to launch an investigation of who the students are. It ain't but so many students in the damn school. Can't y'all zoom in and get the faces? Y'all can go straight to the motherfucking yearbook and darn gon' easily darn gon' match darn gon' faces and shit up, honey. It won't take too long. Hell, y'all can call a school assembly down to the darn gon' gymnasium and darn gon' do a walkthrough of everybody and darn gon' start matching the picture with the face, honey. Darn gon' print out the pictures of the darn gon' assailants and darn gon' because they did, from the clip that I saw, I don't think they were wearing no masks. So it should not be too hard. But yeah, that's what we should be darn on talking about before we talk about transferring the, you know, Chad up out the schoolhouse. And also, before we also consider transferring, let's also consider transferring Chad over into some martial arts. Because like I said, by the time I was 1400, Diva Wine was kicking a little bit too much ass, honey. You know, and that's where self-restraint comes in. Which Diva Wine did not, you know, exude the self-restraint when I went rogue, honey. Hence why I never made it to darn on second degree black. You know, Diva Wine got a little bit too feisty and hard-headed. That's where the discipline comes in. That's what your daughter needs. She needs to know how to do a little bit of Jackie Chan up on that ass. She needs to learn how, because once again, yeah, you got to set up for the real world. You can't shelter her in this shit. She's in Broward County. It don't look like y'all have it set up where she's going to have a full scholarship out of y'all own pockets. I can just tell by the way y'all carry y'allself. I mean, just true tea. Because, honey, if this was private school and y'all was paying out $20,000 worth of motherfucking tuition, honey, we would not be having this debate. Honey, they said Broward County public schools. They did not say private school. So I already know the way y'all tax bracket lies. Because see, if y'all really had the money, if y'all was working on where the money reside, honey, the principal would have got this shit together real quick if they was at risk of losing some darn on high level tuition darn on money from one of their darn on students, honey. Okay? So once again, transferring her to another school, she going to probably run through the same risk. Even worse, because now she got to learn all the darn on safe spots and shit to go to, who the safe teachers to run to and shit. She got to darn on adapt all over again. You putting her into a whole different environment with possibly the same toxic darn on folks. I mean, not the exact same folks, but folks with the same mindset. Honey, you just darn on pushing her to one darn on bigotry to another. Once again, before darn on considering transferring to a different school, honey, put her in some martial arts classes and have her know how to darn on whoop ass and practice restraint. Because, you know, we don't need her catching no charges out here or nothing. Do enough just to darn on, you know, wound them just enough to darn on know not to fuck with a girl again, honey. Don't let this darn on good darn on makeup beat fool you. Don't let this darn on light hair color fool you. Know she got some color going on, honey. Don't let this darn on switch and this darn on hand movement fool you, honey. Cause this hand can go from this to this real quick. This hand can go from doing this to darn on doing this real quick. Honey, learn how to do both. That's what darn on Chad needs to learn. The moral of the story is she needs to know how to go from to whoop-ha. And when she knows how to do that, honey, it doesn't matter what anybody has to say. You can call me all the types of transformers, darn on cross-dress, everything you want to, sticks and stones, but the moment that you try to touch me, honey, note that I'm going to break you, honey. When you have that type of mindset, sometimes you just got to fight fire with darn on a higher level. Honey, when they come with fire, bitch, you come with the darn on lava. You know when they say you go low, you go to hell, honey, my mantra is when they come with the fire, bitch, honey, fire ain't no match for lava, honey. Fire can be put out, honey. It's going to require a lot more for you to smother this darn on lava, honey. I can do this, and the fire goes out. That little candle fire, honey, you can do this. Fire go out. You ain't about to darn on do one of these numbers to lava, baby. When they come with the fire, baby, you need to come with the damn lava. And that's my thoughts on this. I know some of my folks may not agree with me. We can, you know, I still welcome your comments in the comment section. We can agree to disagree. You can still give your, you know, critiques or whatnots. But what are y'all thoughts on this whole situation? Y'all leave it down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you did not hear me earlier in the video, like I said, the video is in the description box of the original link to Miss Tina's Instagram page. You do have to tap on it because it does have the sensitive warning above it, so you don't see the image originally. You got to click to view the actual image. You know how they do when it comes to graphic content. But that is it, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.